Guys, Deluded Guna, YouTubes and Golo Kante, I'm back again. I know you can't get rid of me. Now, whether you blame solely Wenger, solely Ivan, Stan Kroenke, the players, the someone's dog, whoever, yeah. Arsenal, there's a lot wrong with us, but you can't simply place the blame at one foot of a person. They're contributing, but we know Arsenal's in a unique position, and we have been in that we've been mediocre for years. You can't pin the blame at one person, but you can attribute a large percentage of it. Now, off the top of my head, I've made some notes. I've actually made a key little chart, can't show you a lot because it's messy, of Stan, Ivan and Wenger, what I believe they're actually to blame for. There's more for everybody. Like I said, it's off the top of my head. Those of you that have been watching me from the jump know I've got more opinions, and if you want to listen to more, just type in any of these man's names and with my name, or go check out the stuff. I got bare vids. You guys know I got that piff. If my YouTube account was a drug dealer, then I'd be like El Chapo right now. But let's crack on. Start with the big man, Arsene Wenger. You guys know I love him to the death. Like, I don't care what no one tells me. Wenger gang for life. Wenger is one of the greatest managers to have ever managed in England, ever managed in the world, done his thing. But every dog has its day. He's not the man he once was. He's shown it. He's shown it in several incidences, whether it's talking about contracts, whether it's in the signings, whether it's buying players and then shotting players, whether it's at times the tactics, regardless of what it is. But what I've got written down, unfinished projects. Now, what I mean by that is sign Ozil and Alexis and Santi the year before. Chance to kick on. You know you needed a striker in these things, like when we didn't sign on because Giroud was because we had Giroud and Leicester won the title that year. That's another reason. If you can't beat them, really and truly, shouldn't be here anymore. But yeah, it's like he starts projects, gets just enough players and stuff, and then just lets it gets turned apart so he gets to stay and things like that. Like, if he really was on winning, part of what I'm saying I don't believe is true, but a part of me also believes if you really were on winning Premier Leagues and things like this, you would kick on. You would have signed that striker long before, like I said, long before any talk. Sign a defensive mid. I mean, we were Arsenal fans. We were happy Flamini came back. No disrespect to him, but that shows you where we're gone as a club in terms of priorities. Wenger used to get these things patterned. Like there's that. Reluctance to stop carrying passengers as well in modern times. Like, footballers are not what they used to be. They are men. I don't want to say they're not men, but they're not men of their word. Before, men had to be of their word, or they weren't. They were less of a diva because things could happen. Now, player power. You shout at a player, or if you give him socks that are too warm on his feet, he's gonna make a scene. Wenger has a reluctance to accept this. Like, you're still saying Alexis Sanchez, or I believe he's a champion, or honour his contract. That all might be true, but you're too optimistic in today's day and age. That's too naive. Ultimately, he has to be held for carrying weak mentally players, weak ability and weak mental players that we've seen throughout the years. There's no point going in depth about them. The mediocrity, both in the culture at playing level, I'm not going to say around the whole club because that stems at the feet of a certain man, but the lack of winning culture and the mediocre culture at playing level and staff level that he's in things, ultimately is a reflection of you. As much as it pays me to say, because I love Wenger and I'll love him to the death, a team is a reflection of the manager. Bored, stale, lack of ideas, lack of where to turn. That is what you constantly see at Arsenal. The stale approach is seen. That has to light the feet with the manager. Weak personalities. There's been several squads, several players over the years. One common denominator has stayed, Wenger, and they've still had that same mentality. Either you change your approach in how you talk to these players and how you prepare them, or there's something wrong with you personally. So we have to say that. The spending he speaks about lack of spending and things, and he stays true to his principles, and we've missed out. You say we've got more money and we don't need many players. So by my logic, I'm saying that if you know you need less players, have you not got more money to overpay slightly on the quality you need? That's how I look at it. But clearly we're not doing that. And what gets on my nerves, you're spending now, but you're not doing anything. Like Mustafi, he's having a good season for me. You spent on that. Does he look like he's improved? Xhaka, I believe he's been a good player for us and he gets a lot of crap. 40 million, has he improved? Perez, you spent 20 odd and then shotted him the year before. Like, these are sort of things. You're spending money and it's going down the drain. Like, what are you doing with it? Like, it's silly. The Alexis nonsense, like I've already said. There's just so much wrong. Moving on. Ivan, the Lion. 1 minute you want to take us to Bayern Munich level, then you're saying we're overachieving as a club, and we're not, if that. Somewhat Stan Kroenke's mouthpiece. They met way before Arsenal was a thing for them in the MLS. So he's Kroenke's mouthpiece. They speak the same language. He knows exactly what he wants. Not in touch with fans. Yes, and to a degree, all three of you probably do different things that I don't see. He wants to change. To be fair to Ivan, he does want to change certain things, but ultimately, you're not doing enough. Like, You're just in the background, a mouthpiece. As much as I think things are wrong with Wenger, whether it's win, lose or draw or controversial decision, he's there. You're not there unless the sun is shining like Stan Kroenke. Like, you just simply don't get it. Like, there's no pressure or foresight from you. That's Ivan. Ultimately, Stan, he's asset stripping the club, whether it's letting key people run down their contracts, or it's selling people for peanuts. The numerous players we've let leave for peanuts out here, whether it's Gnabry or Coquelin. I mean, Gnabry, Coquelin, Szczesny, that's just about over 20 million for them players. If Spurs or any other team in the top six shotted that, they're making a cake in that for them players there, whether we think they're good or not. Like, you get it. Ultimately, the mentality comes from the shepherd. If you want to stop a livestock, or you want to stop a farm, are you really going to stop the chickens or damage the wheat or stuff? No, you go for the shepherd. You kill the shepherd. No, I'm not saying to kill Stan Kroenke, of course, but I'm making a point. If a robber was to kill the shepherd, then the pigs will die. The crops won't harvest. These are the sort of things. You get it? So he's asset stripping the club. He's still making a profit. Last year he made a profit in the summer market. So that tells you everything he needs to do. Shout out to Digi Scott, because he got me knowing about this asset stripping thing as well. He's asset stripping, and he's going off and funding NFL stuff. He's crippling all fans of all the clubs he supports ultimately. Like he owns. He's just bleeding the fans dry. He's lying to the fans, saying that he loves to win titles and he loves Arsenal and things. You're never here unless we get to a final. Like, it's just... Ultimately, every bit of the culture stems from you, because if you were on winning like Roman Abramovich and things like that, I'm not saying you have to do the same approach, things would be different, but they're not. Like I said, this is off the top of the dome. It was a quick freestyle made, quick little notes. I've probably missed out a lot of points. I probably ain't giving you guys any value for your time, but I appreciate you guys that have stuck with me. Get in the comments, subscribe, follow me on all my socials. It's in the description. I'm out, man. DG.